Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakahak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth. Yahbashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham Thawada, for your sacrifices, you rule well. Shalom also to the elder bishops out of Connecticut, who I also continue to listen to learn this 100% truth. Yahbashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham also, and Thawada for your sacrifices. And shalom to the elders and the prophets, the teachers and evangelists of Great Millstone, where I also continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahbashem Yahshua Barakatham, Thawada also for your sacrifices. And last but not least, shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Akwab, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. Back again with another video. I pray that you be edified with it. And I'm going to entitle this War and Prophecy. Put some scriptures together and then, put the precepts together as well. And it may be precepts within precepts, but I'm going to play one or two videos. This is one of the first ones. And then I'm going to give you some scriptures so, I'll be right there so you be edified. So let's check it out.
Tear gas! Tear gas! Tear gas, get out!
Alright, so that was the first video.
Jake is strong.
Let's check out the next one. Let me see.
I think we're going to see those deportation numbers ramp up as we get more and more people online, working for ICE, going door to door and making sure that if you're an illegal alien, you've got to get out of this country. And if you want to come back, apply through the proper channel.
Door to door to make sure that you're not an illegal citizen. What the fuck did I just listen to? Did I just hear the vice president of this country say that they're going to mobilize ICE to go door to door? And this is...
Yes, that's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second, Israel. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 19, and it reads, A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So yes, everything that we're talking about, it's in the scriptures, man. It's in the scriptures. I'm going to let it continue.
Coming after ICE just fucking murdered a woman, a U.S. citizen? Seriously? Y'all, what the fuck is actually going on? We said, and I have
Prophecies going on, my man.
to keep on harping on this because everybody that supported Kamala Harris, and we're trying to get everybody to recognize how dire the situation was if Donald Trump got back into office with the rhetoric that he was using. We were told we were crazy, we were fear-mongering, none of this stuff was ever going to happen. We even saw that with the World War III shit saying that Donald Trump was not a peace president, and they said that we were crazy and fear-mongering about that, and now we just watched Donald Trump bomb a country and kidnap their leader. But specifically with what he is doing here with these mass deportations, we said the rhetoric that he was using was extremely dangerous because there's no way that you're going to be able to do the things that he is saying that he wants to do without just being full blanketed racist ass agents of chaos. And Donald Trump has no problem with that. That is what he wants ICE to be. But they're now killing white people. That's what's so fucking crazy about that. If they're killing the white women, nobody is fucking safe.
Nobody.
So if they're about to start sending motherfuckers door to door, this shit is about to get really motherfucking crazy.
Excuse the curse words, but we live in a time of prophecy, man. News and prophecy, man. Let me check this one.
We're to see those deportations.
Now they're sitting here raiding the motherfucking house. Hey, you ain't supposed to smack him like that. The fuck is wrong with you? Hell no, man. I'm on my property. I ain't gotta listen to you. Hey, you ain't got a search warrant. You can't come over here, man. Hey, look, I got you all on camera right now. I'm on my private property. Hold on, man. For what? Now they're sitting here raiding the motherfucking house.
You see what's going on. I got one more for you.
Hey, you ain't
breaking at this hour, this major development involving the U.S. and Venezuela. Sources telling ABC News tonight that the U.S. has now given Venezuela's interim leader a list of demands that must be met before Venezuela can sell its oil again, demanding Venezuela kick out Russia, Iran, Cuba, and sever economic ties with them. Rachel Scott at the White House with late reporting tonight.
Tonight, sources telling ABC News that the U.S. conveyed.
This is definitely this is definitely how wars are going to begin. WW3 is going to begin. Also, Elder Apostle Tahar spoke on it, did a video on it maybe a couple of days ago, but he pretty much, in my mind, gave the prophecy of how civil war and martial law is going to take place, with Nero doing what he's doing, and allowing the ICUs to do what they're doing and giving them immunity. It's going to spark off civil war. You know what I mean? State against the government. And with that, as that may progress, or as it will progress, that will initiate martial law. Let it continue.
The list of demands to the interim leader of Venezuela that the regime must meet before the U.S. will allow Venezuela to sell more oil. They include Venezuela must kick out China, Russia, Iran, and Cuba and sever economic ties. And Venezuela must agree to partner exclusively with the U.S. on oil production and favor the U.S. when selling heavy crude oil. The U.S. threatening the lifeline of the Venezuelan economy, imposing a military blockade. It sits on the largest oil reserves in the world. The chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Roger Wicker, saying the U.S. plan in Venezuela hinges on controlling the oil and that he did not believe the deployment of U.S. troops will be required. With President Trump hailing the daring raid that led to the capture of Nicolas Maduro.
It was an amazing military feat. We sort of got him a little by surprise, but it was brilliant tactically. It was an incredible thing.
3 days later, still no clarity from the administration on how the U.S. plans to, quote, run Venezuela. But the president has maintained the U.S. is in charge of the country.
The administration has a one-day plan on how to get rid of Maduro, but no idea of what happens after.
And tonight, the president facing sharp condemnation from world leaders over his threats to take over Greenland. The White House not ruling out using the military to do it. The president and his team are discussing a range of options to pursue this important foreign policy goal. And of course, utilizing the U.S. military is always an option at the commander-in-chief's disposal. The White House saying in a statement, President Trump says controlling Greenland is a matter of national security.
We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security, and Denmark is not going to be able to do it.
Amid the escalating tensions, Denmark and Greenland now requesting a meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. And with the stability of the NATO alliance on the line, the UK, France, and Germany signing on to a statement defending Greenland's sovereignty, saying Greenland belongs to its people. It is for Denmark and Greenland, and them only, to decide on matters concerning Denmark and Greenland. Also tonight, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro responding to President Trump's threat to go after him next. Petro writing on X, Trump's label of me as a drug trafficking outlaw is a reflection of his senile brain. And David, just moments ago, the president posting on...
All right, so enough with that. You know what I mean? Let's get some scriptures. I'm going to start with Psalms. Let's get Psalms here. Psalms 94 and 22. That's Peter. How do I get in there? Psalms 94 and 22. And it reads, But Yahweh is my defense. In my power is the rock of my refuge, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, Yahweh our power shall cut them off. So yes, we are looking for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we are praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to do away with this devil and take this devil down. And in due time, this is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to get us up out of here, which is going to be, I pray, to be part of the hopeful elect. He's going to get the hopeful elect out of here, and he's going to put Esau into chains, and he's going to make them captives, and everything that they've done to us, he's going to do to them, and all have done to them. But it's going to be through righteousness. Let's get Proverbs 2 and 22, and it reads, But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it as well. Salaki, root up out of it. And this is what we are praying that we know through prophecy is going to happen. And Esau knows it too. The elites, they know it. This is why they're acting the way they're acting. This is why things are happening the way they're happening, because it's pretty much letting them know that your time is about to be up. So they got to really bring whatever it is they got left and use it. This is why they're attacking, using their army before their army recognize who and what they're fighting for, which is nothing. They're just a bunch of fucking dumb idiots, so excuse my language, that's running around here serving elites that care nothing for you. That really, at the end of the day, they're going to kill you off. So, you know, your loyalty is to Satan and to the devil. This is why when Yahushua comes back, they're going to be scared. But because they already have given their loyalty, and most likely they're going to have that sea hip in them too, they're going to fight against Yahushua and get annihilated. Isaiah 11 and 12, and it reads, And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Now I know I looked it up before, but let's get it again. Let's get the word ensign. And what does it mean? Ensign, something lifted up, standard, signal pole, banner, standard, signal basically. So, again, Isaiah 11 and 12, and he shall set up a signal for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel and together and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And this is something that's about to happen. This is a prophecy that's about to happen. And this prophecy is going to happen in the midst of WW3 taking place, because we're there. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to really let it go loose, man. This is John 7:35. Yeah, 7:35, and it reads, Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? What manner of saying is this, that he said, Ye shall seek me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. I read that in the NLT, and it reads 30. I start at 35. John 7:35 NLT. The Jewish leaders, Salakia, were puzzled by this statement. Where he is planning to go, they asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands, the Gentiles? The NLT gives it to you, right? Right? Maybe he will even teach the Greeks, who are what? Israelites. Let's read. Barakatah. And what does he mean when he says, you will search for me but not find me, and you cannot go where I am going? That means he's going into the heavens in the spirit world, where Yahweh Bashem Yahushua rules. And he's going to sit with the Father until it's time for him to come back, which we are in that time now. We are in that prophecy time that Yahweh Shai is going to get ready to come back soon. Because these wars and prophecies are taking place, and it's heavy. So everybody's popping out of the woodworks that probably used to be in this truth and took their hand off the plow, and now they see what they was taught years ago is happening. They're trying to, sneak back in, you would say. Obadiah, verse 1. I'm going to start at. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh thy power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And the whole world hates Esau, man. And Esau knows it. This is why he has to pull the stops out, and he got to go for the gusto, because this is it. Like the restaurant, this is it, man. You know what I mean? And he ain't gonna be able to get out of this one. He's not gonna be able to wiggle, lie, trick, persuade, make a treaty, nothing. This is it. The people see who you really are, and they're ready. Isaiah 21 and you want to have 11? I read it in the NLT. A message about Edom. 21 and 11 Isaiah. This message came to me concerning Edom. Someone from Edom keeps calling to me, Watchman, how much longer until morning? When will the night be over? The watchman replies, Morning is coming, but night will soon return. If you wish to ask again, then ask back. If you wish to ask again, then come back and ask. So, Shalaki, I'm just looking at another scripture. But so the message is about Edom, and it's about the fall of Edom. It's about the destruction of Edom, which is coming. And Edom knows that it's coming. Esau knows that it's coming. I'm saying Edom. Esau knows that it's coming, and he's worried. But there's no need to worry. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. and there's going to be nothing you can do about it. And this is the time that we are in. And there's nothing that you can do about it, Esau. Ezekiel 25 and 12. And it reads in the NLT, this is what sovereign Yahweh says. The people of Edom have sinned greatly by avenging themselves against the people of Judah. This is what they have done for many years. And then, the most famous one now that people recognize and realize is the transatlantic slave trade, right? That's Edom doing wickedness to Judah, right? Avenging themselves. Therefore, says the sovereign Yahweh, I will raise my fist of judgment against Edom. I will wipe out its people and animals with the sword. I will make a wasteland of everything that Teman, who are the Germans, thing from Teman to Dedan. I will accomplish this by the hand of my people Israel. So he's going to use his elect. He's going to give them spiritual power, and he's going to allow them to whoop some chops, preferably Esau. They will carry out my vengeance with anger, and Edom will know that the vengeance is from me. I, the sovereign Yahweh, have spoken. So Esau is going to know, because of the power that we're going to have, that they can only get it through the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're going to know that. They're going to realize, like, damn, there's nothing we can do, because Esau is real stubborn and real proud and thinks that he can always, he thinks that he always deserves to have. He has a God complex with a wicked ruler mentality, not a righteous one. But he does have a ruler mentality that he thinks that he's better than you. And in reality, he's not. Joel 3:19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. They did that in Egypt, and they also did that here in Babylon. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has been recording and watching all of these things, and now it is time to pay. But Esau don't want to pay. But he's going to have to. Just like we did, he has to as well. This is for those who speak that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai doesn't hate. Malachi 1:3 says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains in his mountains, or his governments, his cities, right? Laid his mountains in his heritage, his lands, waste for dragons of the wilderness. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this man. He's going to destroy the lands where they dwell, and everything that they have, he's going to take and destroy. And what's of good use, he's going to allow us to have, because he's going to give us the power to not be harmed by Esau or his thoughts or his weapons anymore. He won't have any more power. It'll be taken away from him. Isaiah 47:10. And excuse me, I'm running through them. You know what I mean? It's all good. Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. But you don't realize that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to take you out of power, you devil. That's right. He's about to take you right out of power, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Let's get another scripture. Let's go to we're all going through things, and when I hear the elder apostles on down speaking and teaching, and they mention about brothers going through things, and it makes me feel good. It makes me realize that I'm not alone, and but I also am glad too, because now I also realize that if I'm going through things and suffering, I'm suffering for a reason, and going through things for a reason. So it gives me great pleasure to praise Yahweh Shai's names, knowing that I could possibly be doing the right things. I pray that I am, and because this is not something to play with. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to be serious and diligent about what you're doing and understand what you truly are involved in. And it's not a game what we're involved in. It's some serious stuff here. You know what I mean? And Yahweh Shem Shai's name will not be mocked. Psalms 52. And 7. And it reads, Lo, this is the man that made not the Most High his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Yeah, Esau doesn't care because he's not, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not the God of the world. He's the God of only Israel. And he's going to retrieve and bring back Israel to dominance and to rulership status. And Esau, who is truly the brother of Jacob, is very jealous and angry and envious, and that brings out his wickedness, and he wants to capitalize on it, not realizing that you're out, you're done. It's the Most High is finished with you. He used you to what he needed you to do, and now your time is up. And the prophets have spoke on this. The prophets have prophesied about this, and it also helped bring it into fruition. So now Esau is like, he feeling some kind of way because people talk about him. You know what I'm saying? You know how people, what they call it, talk about you like a dog. So, the prophets and the elders, and they talking about you like a dog that you are, and you're mad about it. You're feeling some kind of way about it. So, now you got to, ban the Constitution, freedom of speech, take away freedoms of going places where you want to go, and everything. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to shut it down. You're trying to make the world an even smaller world, to make it one big world. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do the Antiochus Epiphanes effect. You know what I'm saying? He wants everything to be one people, one world, and him ruling. He wants to be the God, and he wants to use AI to be his new army, to be his new enforcer. Therefore, the meek and these other beings on the earth, other nations, have no say so about anything, and only are meant to be perpetual slaves. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. Ezekiel 8:12. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imagery? For they say, Yahweh seeth us not. Yahweh hath forsaken the earth. No, Yahweh Shah hasn't, and he does see all things, and everyone, including Israel, shall be punished. You can go to 1 Peter 4:16, and it tells you that judgment will begin with Israel. So 2/3 of our people must be destroyed because of the mentality and the philosophy they have chosen, that ultimately goes against Yahweh and Yahweh. But because it feels good, they're running with it until Yahweh and Yahweh take away all of that feel good, and reality sets in right before judgment and destruction. And that's what's coming. Joel 3:10. Beat your plow shares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And this is what is happening. All the nations around the world, the little small nations, they are building up their army. They are building up their artillery. They are getting their ICBM warheads together, and they're ready to, do the what is that? Revelation 17:1, I believe. They ready to get busy, man. They're ready to do what they got to do And they're not afraid of Babylon anymore. They was afraid because they didn't have what Babylon had. But now they do. You know what I mean? Knowledge increaseth. So everybody was capable and able to beef up their nuclear warheads. And now, you know, they understand that they ready to get busy too. They ready to do what they got to do. They don't care. Isaiah 2 and 4, and it reads, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So what is that? That is a future prophecy after all of these prophecies have taken place. Last major prophecies take place. Yeah, there's prophecies after the major prophecies that will happen, and this is one of them, where after we've taken down Esau and rightfully built the kingdom, and the power goes back in the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, then will people no longer learn war and you fight one another. You know what I mean? It's going to be a peaceful place. And everyone is going to learn the laws, statutes, and commandments and learn the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. That's a beautiful thing right there. And that's going to happen, regardless of what anybody think or feel. It really doesn't matter. We really don't care. Zechariah 12 and 8, and it reads, in that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angel of Yahweh before them. So we're all going to be great warriors like David was, King David was. Everybody's going to be a great warrior. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to allow us to rule over these people with righteousness. And we're going to have everything. Anything you could dream of, we're going to have it. And they're going to be put down. Revelation 17:16. And it reads, and the 10 horns which thou servest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. These 10 horns is NATO, is the EU. And this again, this is war and prophecy. War and prophecy. This is what really should be really what every not should be, but what every teacher or however should be speaking about. Because this is the time we're in right now. We're living in this time of war and prophecy. Again, and then in the 10 horns which thou servest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and she shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So it was 17, Salakia. Revelation 17 and 16. That's what it was. Let's get another scripture. So yeah, man, we were patiently, enduring and waiting for Yahweh Shah to get us out of here. And we know, what I mean? If we didn't know, you should know now that it's coming. This is Romans 1 and 26 in the NLT. That is why the Most High abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the woman turned against the natural way of her sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. So all of those men and women who decide to indulge in wicked lust will be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed. Sex wars, civil wars, race wars, gender wars. That's what I meant to say about sex wars. Gender wars. It's all going to be a chaotic place here. As you can tell, it's brewing up. I mean, if you can't see that, that's why I play those videos first. Those videos are showing you that it's going down. Sirach 18 and 2, and it reads, Yahweh only is righteous, and there is none other but he. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand? In all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, but his power dividing holy things among them from profane. Now, what is profane? Profane is out of the church. For those who don't know, look it up. I'm not going to go ahead and look that up right now, but you should look it up. Let's get another scripture. Let's get Matthew. Matthew 19:17, and it reads, And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. I just wanted to bring that out for those wacky-tacky Christians who love to say that we don't have to keep the law anymore. That's a lie. And I'm getting ready to end it off. I don't know how long I've been at this. Oh, that's not that bad. I've been kind of moving too. I've been wanting to, I didn't want to kind of do too much talking. I let the videos play, and I wanted to get at and do what I had to do. This is Job 5:20, and it reads in the NLT. He shall save you from death in time of famine, from the power of the sword in the time of war. And this is the time we're coming into. It's the time that we're definitely coming into. Well, this is the time that we're in now, really. In the last scripture, I got Psalms 31:15. And it reads, My future is in your hands. Rescue me from those who hunt me down relentlessly. And that is these devils. And Yahweh Shai is going to avenge us for everything that they have done to us. So, Abarak desire you were edified with that lesson. I'm going to say, Call Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors again to the elder apostles of GMS on down, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.